your fire. Dear awakening souls out there. So, spring is here. Isn't it wonderful? It's my favorite season, and for me the most beautiful place to be in the Northern Hemisphere during spring is England. Maybe there are other places further north or anywhere else in the world that are even more beautiful, but for me England is the place to be. Because the days get a lot longer, and as nature wakes up, the startling contrast with the exit in winter season is so big. It's as if with the spring equinox we find ourselves standing at the threshold of a new season, where the earth awakens from its winter slumber and bursts forth with vibrant life. And who doesn't like that? After a long grey and cold winter, to see flowers and trees and plants in blooms, bees and bird songs, it is just sheer pleasure. We just had the spring equinox a couple of days ago on the 20th. In this episode, we'll explore anyway the significance of the spring equinox, even if it's past already, because the days surrounding the equinox are just as powerful, and as is the whole season. Nothing in nature is in straight lines anyway, and we'll discover how we can harness its energies to cultivate inner growth, healing, and spiritual awakening in our lives. And this spring arrival, I'm happy to say, is also so in tune with the starting of this new project of mine, the Conscious Cruising podcast, of which today is the second episode. So join me on this journey of self-discovery and transformation as we embrace the magic of spring and unlock its profound potential for personal and collective evolution, especially this year, 2024, which is a pivotal year for humanity, I sense. I would also like to remind you that following this year's equinox is an intense period of celestial activities that will have profound influence on us. So get ready, because there is one big event after another which affect the energy and magnetism of the earth and all of its inhabitants. So starting from the next big event 3 days from now, on the 25th of March, when we will have a full moon and a full moon eclipse. And apparently there's going to be a comet as well, though I don't know exactly what day. Then on the 4th of April, we'll have an intense solar activity with its solar flares, and we've had a lot last year. Apparently the solar activities, the solar flares that were going on last year, 2023, were more than the previous decade put together. So anyway, on the 4th of April, remember, we will have these solar activities, solar flares. And then on the 8th of April, we'll have another eclipse. This time is a full solar eclipse. And I do have some breathing meditations that are perfect to do around eclipses. In fact, they're actually called eclipse activations, which can be done before, during, or after the eclipse. These are very useful practices to maintain inner well-being, as the effect of eclipses can linger on for a year. So watch out for another one of my eclipse activation breathing meditation events, because eclipses have profound influence in our biological system and also in the success of our manifested intentions. So going back to the equinox, it's a time to honor the cycles of nature and the inherent wisdom of the universe, because we are reminded of the natural abundance and beauty that surrounds us. Therefore, I'd like to invite you to stop, think, and celebrate the richness of the natural world, and to express gratitude for the blessings that abound. The equinox invites us to open up our hearts to receive the abundance that flows freely from the universe. It reminds us that we're all interconnected and supported by the divine. This is a time for inspection, for introspection, tuning inwards, and for setting intention for the season ahead. One of the greatest blessings of spring is the opportunity for us to reconnect with our spiritual growth and transformation. Just as the earth undergoes a process of renewal, so too we can shed the old and embrace the new. By embracing the blessing of the arrival of spring, we can align ourselves. We can align ourselves with the flow of divine energy and step into our fullest potential. So this time invites us to connect with the energy of rebirth, to let go of the past and embrace the present moment with an open heart and an open mind. And this is actually what 2024 is all about. The shedding of the old and the embodiment of the new. As obvious as it sounds, though, it's not that easy to release our old selves, or any stagnant energy, any outdated beliefs that no longer serves our highest good. That's why tuning into the spring energy of rebirth is not only pleasurable, but is also an efficient way to overcome the challenges of letting go of the old. Because the beauty that this season brings and inspires in us is a great motivator to emulate nature in letting go and bring forth the beginnings in our lives. Spring offers us the opportunity to plant seeds of intentions for the future, setting the stage for growth and expansion in the month to come. So be like the earth and do what she does. I believe that by aligning ourselves with these energies, we can tap into the infinite potential that resides within us and create the life we truly desire. Nature is there for us, for this, to delight us and help us. There's also the ancestral aspect of these natural events, because the spring equinox also holds cultural and historical importance across civilizations. Ancient rituals and traditions have been passed down through generations, bringing blessing to those who still participate in these practices today. I do. And I highly recommend that you engage in some rebirthing rituals as well, because we can connect with the wisdom of our ancestors and tap into the collective energy of humanity's shared heritage. And that makes us feel the interconnectedness across time and space. Again, that brings awareness, brings presence. In pagan times, the equinox was celebrated as a time of fertility, of abundance and renewal, because the energies of balance and renewal are at the peak at this time, in summer, in spring. because the energies of balance and renewal are at their peak at this time. This has a profound impact in our spiritual growth and in our personal development. As we align ourselves with the natural rhythm of the earth, we open ourselves to receive the blessings and the wisdom of the spring equinox and spring. To harness these energies, it's essential to cultivate awareness and presence in the moment. This can be achieved through mindfulness practices such as meditation, breath work, grounding is a must at all time, and particularly in spring and summer. Our entire body is conductive. Our cells are fluid, every single organ system. Think about it, just one single tiny cell connected to the earth, and your entire body is instantly in a healing state. I don't think that's really a coincidence at all. It might be a good idea to consider getting a grounding mattress. Since you're lying there often for a whole night, you might as well get some deep healing times as well. That's going to impact every single cell in your body, because there's not a single part of your body that's not conductive. The benefits after one night on a grounding bed can heal bones, metabolism and hormones. The thyroid function gets boosted, blood sugar stabilizes, it reduces calcium in your urine, it even makes you lose weight, apparently 1 pound a week, without being on a particular diet or exercise routine. This is because the body's functions get super optimized and oxygenated, so it's easier to maintain optimal weight. I put a link with some information on the description below. Maybe just a brilliant pitch to sell a grounding bed that I saw on Instagram, but we all know the advantages of grounding. And it's about time that everyone starts getting one of these. So the link leads you to the Instagram account where they're offering 50% off the price. I'm not affiliated. It's just my impartial advice, so check it out. In any case, I highly recommend spending time in the sun and walking barefoot every day for at least 20 minutes. Lying on the grass or at the beach with your entire body is even better. And when you do it, of course, do it with intention, focusing on your connection as if you were talking with somebody. Be present with the earth, and the experience will be quite different. Now, in order to have the burst of energy of spring, nature must be willing to let go of the old, which it took the whole winter to get ready for. But at some point, there must be the final push that awakens the earth from slumber. So, another key element in springtime spiritual growth is the practice of embracing change and the unknown, which involves letting go. Just as the season transition from winter to spring, so too must we be willing to let go of the old patterns, the old beliefs and behaviors that no longer serve us. And particularly this year, this process of release can be challenging, as it often requires us to step out of our comfort zone and into the unknown. And that's why Conscious Cruising is here, to support and share with one another our journey into awareness and spiritual growth. By surrendering to the flow of life and trusting in the wisdom of the universe, we can open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences that will ultimately lead to our growth and expansion. And so the circle is complete by having us circling back to cultivating appreciation for the blessings in our lives through nature, through spring. As the earth awakens from its winter slumber, we are reminded of the abundance and beauty that surrounds us each and every day. So we witness the abundance of nature, and then we are spearheaded forward into witnessing abundance in every other part of our lives. So let's express our gratitude for the simple joys and blessings that enrich our lives, so that we can shift our perspective from lack to abundance and cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment. This practice of gratitude and appreciation opens our hearts to receive more blessings and connects us with the infinite love and wisdom of the universe. This is an awakening that calls us to deepen our connection to the natural world, to honor the rhythm of the earth and the rhythm of our bodies, and to align ourselves with the flow of life. And as we awaken to the truth of who we are empowered to live authentically, which is the theme of 2024, authenticity, to follow our hearts and to embody the fullness of our divine potential. So here's my question to you. Observe and connect with nature this springtime, and share it with me in the space below what you feel grateful for, so that we can all support each other and inspire each other. I'd love to read and experience your gratitude, knowing that it will lead you to a big shift in perspective, which will take you from a sense of lack to one of abundance. And that will inspire me to do the same. So go ahead. What are you grateful for this spring?